Yesterday, OpenAI shipped a transcription model that costs 27 cents per hour of audio, cheaper than Whisper, and a fraction of what the subscription apps charge for the same minutes. So I spent today torturing it. Drug names, order numbers, phone numbers, noise so loud you can barely find the words. It survived almost all of it. And then one innocent looking setting made it invent an entire conversation that never happened, confidently, in perfect English. Nobody else is going to show you that because it only shows up when you actually test the thing. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact code for the three builds that matter: files, live captions, and speaker labels, the real costs, and the one rule that keeps this model honest. Let's start with what actually shipped. Two models, one launch. This is OpenAI's own announcement film. It's linked below, and the clips you're seeing are muted because the captions on screen are being generated by the model they're announcing. That felt like the only appropriate way to cover a transcription launch. Model 1, GPT-transcribe. You hand it a finished recording, it hands you the transcript. Model 2, GPT-live-transcribe. You hold a connection open and text arrives while you're still talking. In their film, OpenAI claims 57 languages, better handling of accents, short answers, names, and numbers. And there's a moment where the presenter switches from English to Spanish mid sentence and the transcript just follows. Their words, their demo. The rest of this video is me checking whether any of that survives contact with hostile audio. First, the money, because this is the part that changes behavior. GPT transcribe costs 0.45 cents per minute. That is 27 cents per hour of audio. Whisper, the model everyone's been using for 3 years, costs zero point 0.6 cents a minute. So the new model is 25% cheaper and 3 years newer. And the subscription apps? Otter's Pro plan is $16.99 a month, and it caps you at 1200 recording minutes. Those exact same 1200 minutes through the API cost $5.40. No cap, no seats, no monthly bill when you don't use it. Now, to be fair, Otter is an app with a calendar bot and summaries and a search box. If you want zero code, keep it. But if you can run 20 lines of code, you are about to stop paying rent on transcription. Here's proof. Build one, file in, transcript out. This is real. My terminal, my key, running against the actual API. The entire program is about 15 lines. Read the file, post it to /audio/transcriptions with model GPT transcribe, print the text. I fed it OpenAI's own 2-minute launch film. Total cost 1 cent. And look at the response. You don't just get text, you get the detected languages back as data. Files up to 25 megabytes, MP3, WAV, M4A, WebM. If your recording is bigger, split it on a silence, not mid-sentence. That's the whole build. Copy it, point it at your last meeting recording, and you've replaced a subscription before this video ends. Now the feature that makes this launch actually interesting. Both new models accept 3 kinds of context. Prompt, a sentence about what the recording is. Keywords, a list of literal terms that might appear. Product names, drug names, order codes, acronyms, and languages, what you expect to hear. This is the official answer to the oldest transcription problem. The model spelling your product name wrong in every meeting note forever. The docs are very careful about one sentence, and I want you to remember it for Act 3. Keywords are hints, not required output. Hold that thought, because I built a test designed to find out exactly how far those hints can push a model before they push it over. The torture test. I wrote a fake support call and stuffed it with everything transcription models get wrong. Two real medication names, metoprolol and lisinopril. An alphanumeric order code NZ-4471-Bravo, a phone number, a made-up product, Hyperflow X2, an acronym, Quartz. I had an AI voice read it out loud. 45 seconds, studio clean. Then I made three broken copies. One through a telephone filter, 300 to 3400 Hz, like every support line you've ever called. One with loud background noise, and one buried, noise more than twice as loud as the voice. The kind of audio where you'd ask the person to repeat themselves. Four files, three models on each. Whisper, GPT-transcribe plain, and GPT-transcribe with the keywords handed over. Every result you're about to see is a real unedited API response. Plus lisinopril, 10 milligram. Plus lisinopril, 10 milligram. Plus lisinopril, 10 milligram. Round 1, clean audio and the phone line. Honest result. Everybody basically passed. Whisper got the drugs, the code, the number. So did both new runs. On phone grade audio, same story, which surprised me because that filter throws away most of the signal. The difference was precision on the weird stuff. Without keywords, the new model wrote hyperflow as one lowercase word and quartz like the rock. With keywords, hyperflow x2, capital H, capital F, quartz, all caps, exactly as defined. That's the real value on normal audio. Not fewer words wrong, but your words spelled your way every time. If your audio is clean, that alone justifies the switch. Then I turned the noise up. Round 2, loud noise, voice still audible. And here's a result that no benchmark chart will show you. The new model handled everything, except it flipped one digit of the phone number. 0132 became 0122. Whisper, older, and supposedly worse, kept the number intact in this round. And the keywords didn't fix it. Keywords help with words, and a phone number isn't a word. That is exactly the kind of error that matters in the real world. Because a transcript that's 99% right, but wrong about the callback number, is worse than useless. It's confidently wrong in the one place you'd act on. Rule from round 2. If numbers matter in your workflow, orders, dosages, phone numbers, verify numbers separately. The docs say test with your own audio. This is why. Round 3. The buried file. Noise twice as loud as the voice. And this is where three models told three completely different lies. Or didn't. Whisper produced. And I'm reading the real output. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. None of that is in the audio. This is Whisper's famous failure mode. Drown it in noise, and it starts reciting. YouTube outros it, memorized in training. It also invented times, prices, and a countdown. Complete fiction, delivered as transcript. GPT transcribe, plain, same file, empty string, nothing. And that emptiness is the single biggest upgrade in this launch. When it can't hear, it says nothing, instead of making something up. An empty transcript is a signal you can handle in code. A fake transcript is a landmine. So far, the new model wins Act 3. Then, I added the keywords. GPT transcribe buried file, keywords on. It wrote me a conversation. A caller asking about a prescription for metoprolol and lisinopril. A pharmacy called Quartz that never existed. Quartz is my acronym for a software pipeline. 2 speakers, dialogue. None of it, not one word, is in the audio. Here's what happened. The model couldn't hear. The keywords gave it a vocabulary, and it did what language models do with a vocabulary and silence. It told a plausible story. Remember the docs line. Keywords are hints, not required output. Under extreme noise, hints become a script. So here is the rule that keeps this model honest, and it's in the PDF too. Keywords only terms you know belong, never terms you hope for. Garbage audio expect empty and treat empty as the good outcome. And never hand a noisy file plus rich keywords to this model and trust the output unheard because it will sound exactly like the truth. That's the trap. Nobody's benchmark measures it. Now, let's build the fun stuff. Quick pause. Every script in this video, plus the full test results, are in the free PDF. Details in a minute. If this is useful, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to back what we build, become a member on YouTube or a subscriber on Facebook. Two builds left: live captions and speaker labels. Build 2: live transcription. GPT-live-transcribe doesn't use file uploads. You open a WebSocket, declare a transcription session, and stream raw audio as it happens. On screen is my session, replayed exactly as recorded. I streamed the torture call at real-time speed, and every word arrived with a timestamp. Look at the gap. Text lands well under a second behind the speech, word by word, and it spelled both drug names correctly. Live. There's a dial called delay: minimal, low, medium, high, X high. Lower means words appear faster but rougher. Higher means the model waits, hears more context, and corrects itself less. For captions on a screen, low. For notes nobody reads until later, X high. Price: 1.7 cents a minute. About $1 per hour of live audio. Know what it doesn't do: no timestamps, no speaker labels, no confidence scores on the live model. Which sets up build 3. Build 3: who said what? Different model: GPT-4o, transcribe, diarize. Same endpoint, response format, diarized, JSON. I ran it on OpenAI's launch film and got back 45 segments, each with a speaker letter, a start time, and an end time, meeting minute structure for the same 0.6 cents a minute. But here's the feature almost nobody has noticed. You can hand it up to 4 short voice samples, 2 to 10 seconds each, with names attached. Record yourself once saying anything, save the clip, and every transcript it makes for you comes back with your actual name on your lines instead of speaker A. Your stand up, your client calls, your podcast, labeled by name, automatically, forever. That one parameter is the difference between a transcript and minutes. So here's the decision matrix. Screenshot this. Recorded file, you want text. GPT transcribe. Default, live audio. GPT live. Transcribe. Who said what? The diarize model. And subtitles are the one place the new models lose. If you need SRT or VTT files with timestamps for video, keep Whisper. It still does those natively. The new ones don't. Migrating existing code is one line. Swap the model name, plus one gotcha. The old singular language parameter is now languages, a list. And if you send both, the request fails. And a warning for anyone using local Whisper on their own machine for privacy. That's still valid. This API sends audio to OpenAI servers. Know which trade you're making. The honest wrap on day 1. OpenAI's own benchmark numbers are modest. On their real-world audio set, errors drop from about 11.7% to 9.6%. Real, not revolutionary. But my testing says the paper numbers undersell the two things that matter. It's the first model in this family that would rather say nothing than lie about noise. And keyword casing means your transcripts finally spell your product the way legal spells it. At the price, 25% under Whisper, 3 years newer. And for anything file based, there is no reason to start a new project on the old model. Just respect the two failure modes you watched happen: digits under noise and keywords plus garbage audio. Both are covered by one habit: run your own torture test before you trust it. Mine took an afternoon and cost less than $1 in API calls. Everything from today is in the Transcription Playbook, a free PDF. All three builds as copy paste code, the decision matrix, the keyword safety rules, the cost table against every subscription tool, and my full torture test results, unedited, so you can rerun them yourself. Comment the word transcribe and our assistant sends it over. Or grab it directly at hyperautomationlabs.co/free/transcribe. Real talk. 90% of you watching haven't subscribed. On Facebook, subscribe is the supporter button. That is what keeps the lights on here. On YouTube, it's free and it tells the algorithm to send you more. Subscribe to support us. If you are starting out with AI tools, the beginner guides are linked below. The complete Claude Code guide, the Codex guide, the Cowork sales guide, and the architect prep kit. Step by step from zero. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as Hyper Automation Labs. Same name everywhere. OpenAI's full launch film and the docs are linked below too. And if you liked watching a model get tortured, the head to head where Claude Code fights open code is on screen now. See you in the next one.